The Stump snake with the bulging eye circulates between Greece and the Aegean. St. George Dragon Slayer, where are you? Tales of dragons? When dragons roam our yards and are not fairy tales, they're not fairy tales, but a daily life that will continue to worsen. As the saintly elder Ephraim from Arizona said years ago, there is the monastery of St. Anthony of the Desert in Arizona, and it was established by an elder, a Christian Orthodox monk, abbot from the holy Mount Athos, and there were miracles that took place when they were buying that lot. They didn't know if they would buy it, they should buy it, but one of the miracles that happened as the real estate agent was showing them the piece of land, they heard that he was with another abbot, and he wasn't alone, he was with someone else. And they heard the bells of their church from Mount Athos, the holy Mount Athos, where their monastery was. And of course it was a divine revelation for them. And even though it's in the desert, when they bought the land, they didn't know it had millions of gallons of water underneath. And when you go there, you'll find that they even have fountains and gardens. They've planted everything. It's like a little oasis in the desert. Now, this is from the elder Ephraim of Arizona, and this is what he said years ago. When dragons roam our yards, they are not fairy tales, but a daily life that will continue to worsen. Months ago, we reported briefly about the following event, but we did not give the details, as a priest from a small village in our northern Greece, Macedonia, reported to us. He said, I had finished the daily divine liturgy since dawn. It had not blown for good, and leaving the holy temple, I tripped over a thick thing. I looked down, and what do I see? A huge serpent like a dragon, depicted in the images of St. George. Holy George, St. George, I cried, while trying to untangle my legs because it kept wrapping itself around me. I felt something burning me, and I was in unbearable pain. I lost consciousness and fell down while I realized that the fat snake was squeezing me. In the parlance of my anesthesia, I saw a flash and the trample of a horse. I recovered and my eyes just opened. St. George next to me was fighting the dragon. After taking him away from me, he cut off its head with its sword. What was it that I saw that is not described? Through the entrails of the fat snake came people we know, people who even appear in the media, where people enveloped in an unbearable slimy slime. I was disgusted and felt nauseous. I went to get up and passed out again. Not much time passed. Much time must have passed, and Saint Panteleimon, as we see him in his icon, came out of the church. He was holding a spoon and a can. He came and stroked my head and gave me something to eat. Saint Panteleimon was one of the doctors, and obviously he gave him something to eat, meaning he gave him some medicine. I began to gather myself, but a great fear possessed me. From before me, St. George and St. Panteleimon had disappeared. The fat, huge snake and the people who had come out of it and were wrapped in the disgusting, slimy slime had also disappeared. After difficulty, I got up and went to my house, and until the evening I was in a semi-fainting state. In the evening I turned on the TV and remembered some faces that I had seen in the morning in the adventure I lived. Lord, help us. If this brother is a fairy tale, you rate it. The priest told us, and the priest's lips do not lie. So everyone hopefully will have a good repentance and the road to paradise. This I've translated for you from a Greek article. Please leave your comments. Thank you for your support. Kindly support my Patreon account. The daily posts are 5 videos daily, and they are totally different from what I have on my YouTube channel. Thank you so much for your support and that you find all my content so interesting. You'll find the Patreon account details in the description box below.